Have you ever watched a storm roll in? The sky darkens, the wind howls, and in that moment, it feels like the sun might never return. We often wonder how we're supposed to stay calm when life brings its inevitable storms and its sudden, brilliant sunshine. In a small village, nestled at the foot of a misty mountain, there lived an old potter. His hands were rough from years of shaping clay, but his eyes were gentle and clear. He worked in a humble workshop, the air always rich with the earthy smell of wet clay and the soft rhythmic hum of his spinning wheel. His young apprentice, full of passion and eager to see results, watched his every move. One afternoon, after weeks of careful work, the old potter and his apprentice had just finished two magnificent vases. They were their finest work yet, with intricate designs carved into the clay, waiting for the final firing. As the apprentice carefully carried them to the kiln, his foot caught on a loose stone. He stumbled. One of the vases, the most beautiful one, slipped from his grasp and shattered on the hard earth into 100 pieces. The villagers who had gathered to admire the work gasped. The apprentice fell to his knees, his face pale with despair. "All is lost!" he cried, looking up at his master. "Our masterpiece! All that work! Ruined!" The old potter simply walked over. He knelt down, not looking at the boy, but at the fragments. He picked up a piece, feeling its edge. He then placed a calm hand on the boy's shoulder and said, "My boy, do not be so quick to judge. Time will tell if this is a misfortune or a blessing. Please, help me gather every piece." The village was abuzz with news of the accident. Some villagers felt sorry for the old man. Others whispered that his age had made him clumsy. The apprentice hid in the workshop, ashamed. But the old potter remained serene. He spent days patiently grinding the shards of the broken vase into a fine, glittering powder. He then mixed this powder into a new batch of clay, creating a material that sparkled with a unique, embedded light. The day of the annual village festival arrived, and merchants from across the land came to sell their goods. The old potter presented his one remaining vase. It was beautiful, and the villagers admired it. But a merchant from a distant city presented a vase of similar style, and the crowd was drawn to the exotic newness of it. The old potter's vase received little attention. The villagers now whispered with pity, "See, he has fallen out of fashion. His best work is behind him." The apprentice was distraught. "Master, first we break our best work, and now no one wants what we have left. This is a disaster." The old potter simply smiled, watching the crowd at the merchant's stall. "Time will tell, my boy. Time will tell." Weeks later, news swept through the village like a wildfire. The merchant who had bought the old potter's vase had travelled to the capital. A powerful noblewoman had seen the vase and was utterly captivated by its unique beauty, a beauty born of a tradition not found in the cities. She demanded to know the artist. The very next day, a royal envoy arrived at the old potter's workshop, his fine clothes a stark contrast to the simple clay dust. He commissioned a full set of tableware for the noblewoman's palace, offering a sum of gold so large it would sustain the village for a year. But the old potter was not finished. He brought out the new special clay he had made. The clay mixed with the powder of the first shattered vase. From it, he had crafted a new collection. These pieces didn't just have designs on their surface. They seemed to hold captured starlight within their very structure, glittering from deep inside. They were unlike anything anyone had ever seen. The envoy was speechless. He doubled his offer on the spot. The villagers erupted in celebration. Their pity now turned to awe and joy. The apprentice, however, was quiet. He approached his master as the old man sat, once again at his wheel, hands steady and calm. "Master," the apprentice began, "I do not understand. When we broke the vase, I thought it was a tragedy. When no one bought our work, I thought it was a failure. But both led us to this moment. How did you know?" The old potter never stopped his work. The wheel turned, a perfect, steady circle. "My son," he said softly, "life is not a single event, but a series of them, like clay on this wheel. A stroke that seems to ruin the shape can later become the detail that gives it its greatest beauty. Our job is not to celebrate the sunshine nor curse the storm, but to remain steady at the wheel. For we cannot see the whole pattern from a single moment. Peace is found not in controlling what happens to us, but in trusting the process and in never ceasing to create, no matter what the day brings. And so it is with us. You will have days of brilliant sunshine and days of unexpected shatterings. In both, remember the old potter. Your strength isn't in preventing the storms, but in finding your calm within them. Don't rush to label your day a success or a failure. Breathe, be patient. Trust that time is weaving even your broken pieces into a design more magnificent than you can yet see. Your peace is the most powerful thing you will ever create. Keep shaping it.